What's going on, everybody? Kenny Bomb is in the building, and we've had 4 new fighters revealed on this Mortal Kombat 1 roster since we did our last roster check. But at this point, all of the remaining fighters have either been shown or heavily teased. At this point, I think it's safe to say we know the remaining fighters on this roster, so we'll definitely talk about them. But what do we think about the 4 fighters that were just revealed? There's one of them that was a big shock to me, so we're gonna have to talk about them as well. But the last time we checked in on the roster, I did say it looked like this was shaping up to be the best Mortal Kombat roster of all time. Does that still stand true today? We gotta talk about it. But first, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is pre-recorded. Right now, I'm driving 250 miles away from home, and I will miss the Kombat Cast live. But it's okay, because as soon as I get to the hotel room, I will be doing a reaction video to whatever Netherrealm Studios dropped on us. Hopefully it's the Conquest mode. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss that video, and you don't miss any other Mortal Kombat videos moving forward. Now let's get into it.
Man, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so as we've been going along, we've been making predictions on which characters would be revealed where, with who, in which trailer. And I gotta be up front with y'all. My predictions haven't been too stellar, and that's mainly because we were making those predictions based off of the old Mortal Kombat timeline. And as we see here right now, everything's different this time, because the way these characters are being revealed actually does make a lot of sense. We look at the trailer where we got these 3. The Gotti trailer, y'all. I don't like saying it. I thought we were going to get a Edenian trailer where we saw Tanya, Jade, Melina, Kitana, Sindel, you know, pretty much giving us their story and what's going to be going on with this game. But they went completely a different way. While the trailer was focused on Melina, we saw Li Mei, who was their guardian. We saw Baraka, who has the same illness as Melina. And we saw Tanya, who's apparently doing it up with her. But that was fine. In this timeline, that trailer made a lot of sense. But because we had already seen Reiko, I thought they would follow up that trailer with the trailer of Reiko, General Shao, and Reptile. Now, in a previous timeline, Reptile was Shao Kahn's slave, so I thought we were going to get that same thing, and I thought they would be revealed in this trailer, but that actually was not the case, and we'll get to Reptile in a bit. But they followed that up with the most shocking reveal we've seen so far in this game, to me at least. A lot of people hate the new characters every time they are introduced. It happened with the 3D era. Now everybody loves those characters and they are back. But this is a character I thought we wouldn't see for a long time, especially because of what happened to Kronika. If Garrus made it back into Mortal Kombat 1, y'all, there's still hope for the collector. Hate on him all you want. He was the best new character in Mortal Kombat 11, and y'all will notice it over time. Speaking of great characters, Garrus is shaping up to be a very good character in Mortal Kombat 1. A while ago in an interview, Ed Boon said one other character would remember the events of Mortal Kombat 1, and I thought that was going to be Shang Tsung. I thought somehow they'd make it where Liu Kang won and Shang Tsung won, and those 2 universes were colliding, but it turns out that character is Garrus. So Garrus is the only one who remembers Mortal Kombat 11. Shang Tsung doesn't even remember it. You gotta think that's going to come into play somewhere in Mortal Kombat 1. But Liu Kang did rebuild Garrus, so their relationship is going to be very interesting in this story. I just don't know if Garrus will end the story on the side of Liu Kang. So after the Garrus trailer, they hit us with another banger. And this was another set of characters I did not expect to be revealed in this way. Starting off with the first character who was the cause of much controversy, we got Austra. Now, I think Austra's design is perfect in this game. Just because you're a demon who purifies themselves doesn't mean you're gonna look like an angel, because at the end of the day, when you take that big ugly hat off, you're still a demon. So Austra is ugly. She does look like Devora, but I think she should be, being that she is a demon. So I think they went in a good direction here. I'm sure they'll have the hat on as like an alternate skin or whatever. Maybe they got the gear system in where you can put that hat on. But personally, I like her default not having the big old hat on. Show that demon face with them strange lines on that forehead, girl. Let's get to that. The next reveal we got was kind of underwhelming to me because they didn't give him a huge spotlight. Now, don't get me wrong, when I say his reveal was underwhelming, I'm not talking about the design at all, because I think his design is great, even better than Reptile's if you ask me. I just think he wasn't presented in a good way. This is one of the characters I was looking forward to seeing the most, and we really didn't get any story, we didn't get any fatalities. It's like they just put him in there to take a fatality from Austra, and then he was gone. I just hope he has a meaningful part in the story, because he was one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat Deception, and if he doesn't have a meaningful part in this story, then it's possible we'll see him in Mortal Kombat 1 and then he'll be gone for a very long time again. And I saw a lot of people saying, including Dynasty, that he looked like Shadow Jago, and I think that is on point. I love Shadow Jago. I love Killer Instinct. Too bad we can't get Shadow Jago in Mortal Kombat 1 because he looks too similar to Havoc, but we can still get Bjorken. So get Bjorken as a guest character in Mortal Kombat 1 because we got to bring Killer Instinct back to life. But let's move on to the final reveal from the Banished trailer. This was a character who got the biggest spotlight in this trailer, and rightfully so. We finally got the reveal of Reptile. Young Syzoth, or Syzoth as Liu Kang says. First of all, we got to start off with the design. I think this Reptile is absolutely perfect. Definitely kind of a strange way to go because you would think with Reptile, they'd go with the ugly man, kind of like Baraka, but he's a handsome young man. And he has a weird tattoo on his face. Small gripe, but I think that's my biggest problem with the design. But I'm so glad we actually got human Reptile in this because I did not want them to make him a full-blown lizard. I think they did it in the perfect way with making it where he could transform between lizard and human. Now, apparently, his home people are a bunch of haters because they teased him and kicked him out of the land because he could turn into a human, when you would think your people would see that as a benefit where you can actually capitalize on it and send this man into, you know, the wild with a bunch of real people to take whatever they need. So I don't know what was going on with that and his people, but their loss. Haters gonna hate young Syzoth, but y'all know what? I don't trust him. He's supposed to be working with the good guys this time, but he got too many keys on his hip, which means too many people trust him. So I don't trust him. We got to keep our eyes on Reptile. But with those reveals out of the way, we now have 5 spots left on this roster. And I told y'all Shang Tsung was number 24. Y'all got to start listening to me. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. But who do these 5 remaining spots belong to? We can knock the first one out pretty easy. We already seen Reiko in this game with the Motaro cameo. Now, these are just really assumptions based on that scene, but I mean, come on, y'all. We already know. Looking at that, you could tell who's the fighter, you could tell who's the cameo. So we're gonna lock Reiko in. Next up, we've already heard about General Shao. We've heard Reiko mention General Shao. We've heard Liu Kang and Li Mei mention him as well. Now, it's possible he's unplayable, but he has been playable in the last few Mortal Kombat games. While I wish he was unplayable, I wish General Shao was a cheap, unbeatable, just broken boss, you know, that we couldn't play as, but I think we can pretty much lock General Shao in as a spot on this roster. Next up, we've seen Natara teased as well. We saw her fly over smoke when he was coming out of that smoke tornado thing, whatever, smoke-nado. Come on, y'all, I had to get that one off. But while we didn't see Natara, we heard the bat sounds flying over smoke, so I think it's pretty safe to say we can lock Natara in the roster as well. Now, I just hope she actually looks good. I hope we don't go with the crazy old bat lady and we, you know, keep her kind of sexy. You feel what I'm saying? Speaking of sexy, next we got to go with that old lady Sindel. Now, Sindel has the least confirmation out of anybody, but I think she's still the most likely because we look at what we're getting with Katana and Melina. They're talking about taking over the throne. You can't do that without Sindel. Now, I can't tell y'all what it is yet, but I think there's going to be something big going on with Sindel. I don't know if it's a big change or just a big story shakeup. I don't know, but I just think it's strange that we haven't seen her yet when we did see Katana, Melina, Tanya, even Li Mei. She's involved in all of their stories, but for some reason, they're holding her back. So I think something big is going to be going on with Sindel. These trailers have been getting bigger and better every time we see them. And if they didn't save that Reptile transformation for last, then that General Shao, Sindel, and Reiko trailer is going to go crazy. Now, for this last roster spot, there have been no hints at who it could be, but we do have a wild Sonya Blade. We have a wild Jax, we have a wild Kano, we have a wild Jade, and we have a wild Collector. So who gets the last spot? Baraka might still be Kano. Every time I look at him, I'm more and more convinced. Check out the fit, check out the tattoos. Who's to say Kano wasn't a merchant who got infected by this thing? Look at his moveset too, so I'm gonna knock Kano out of there. It could be Sonya Blade, because I don't see how you leave Sonya Blade out of the Mortal Kombat 1 story. I see a lot of y'all in the comment section saying you're sick of the special forces, and I get it, but they could do something different with Sonya. I just don't believe they're gonna leave her out, especially not in the first DLC pack. What are we doing? Jax is another possibility, but I think they're going to cancel Christmas on Jax. So who is it? Is it Jade? Netherrealm Studios has been kind of coy about Jade when they've been asked, so it's possible. Is it the Collector? Absolutely hell to the no not. I mean, I would be cool with it if it was. I would love to see him on Shao Kahn's team, so make it happen. But who do I think this last spot's going to go to? I think the last spot is going to go to that NPC who we saw walking out of the portal with Liu Kang and the guys when they were going from Earthrealm to Outworld. And I think that NPC is a created character that we will be using for Conquest mode. If that's the case, Sonya Blade, Jackson Briggs, Kano, cancel Christmas. We'll catch up with you next time. But I'll leave y'all with this. In my opinion, this is the best Mortal Kombat roster of all time. If you don't think so, let me know which game had the best roster in the comment section. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it and smash that subscribe button. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.